Hey, everybody. This is the very first recorded session of Fools and Corpses.
Woo!
Yeah. We're super excited. We've been working on the system for like 6 years now, and some of the people at this table have been playing for nearly that long, and other people have been just jumping in and helping out. And we're really excited to show you what we got. We're going to be playing in a completely unique campaign setting today. And we're also really excited about that because it's one of the strengths of Fools and Corpses that you can just run a unique campaign setting kind of from the hip. So at the table here today, my name is Elliot Vieja. I am the founder of Fools and Corpses and its creator. And to my left, we have Nathan Glasgow, Alex Job, Jacob Moberly, and Laurel Moberly. Scott, you didn't change your last name.
I did not.
Okay, well, they recently were married. Laurel Scott. Yes. Congratulations.
Don't get it twisted.
I won't get it twisted.
Too late.
Man, it's already pretty twisted. All right. So,
you planned this.
We are going to be in a campaign setting that I have affectionately entitled the Blue Sky Backwater. It is a world where all of the planets are much smaller, almost all of them are inhabitable, and all of them are really, really close to each other. In between these planets is a thing called the ether, where you can breathe the atmosphere. There's no gravity, but you can breathe, and there's like air currents and everything else. This has led to horrible wealth disparities. Who would have guessed? And that means that the reason it's called Blue Sky Backwater, you're on a backwater, which is a planet where there's like no anything. There's no infrastructure. There's not a lot of money. Everyone's like a miner or a machine shop worker. The tech level is like kind of sci-fi level space travel, but with some nods to even older air travel, because you don't actually need to be using a spaceship. You can just use a plane. So, with all that said, we are going to go around the table and introduce our characters really briefly. So, Nathan, would you start off?
All right. My character's name is Jimmy Blastroid. I came up with that last name very quickly. I feel like he was a child and was asked what his last name was.
And he came up with it on the spot.
No one corrected.
I am a human, and I am 41 years old, which I don't really know what that means in this world.
It means about what it means today.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Like, is that a young person or a really old person? And my background, we decided, is blue collar plus painkiller addict.
Yeah, so
that is, my character's had certain issues with back pain, and just making this a little more real.
Yeah,
and he got hooked on some painkillers, and has become friends with one of our other characters that Jake will play, and we'll probably get back into our backstory a little bit later. Should I go over my traits?
No, we can get into that later.
Perfect.
Yeah, Alex, where you at?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll be playing Samson Chin. It's a real son of a gun, that one, standing about 6'1", 185. He's got a strong jaw, neat stubbled beard, and excessively pomade-swept hair. A bit of a looker in some people's eyes, anyway. Wearing a rather... Exactly, you're picking it up. Wearing a rather poorly concealed gun belt and some boots like he thinks he's going to have to drive stallions or work on some kind of ranch, and a long beat-up cloak like he's got a bad case of thinks he's a main character syndrome. He's either some kind of drifter, a dealer, smooth talker, or maybe just a good old thug. But one way or the other, Samson fights for the working man. Or, no, he hadn't worked all that much himself. But at least he doesn't fight the working man. Well, usually. Well, at the end of the day, Samson sees himself as a sort of a hero. He's just saying.
There's not one at all.
That's right.
All right. Well, fantastic. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, his kind of background, he's a slum rat. There we go.
Yeah, awesome.
Slum rat?
Yeah.
All right.
Slum rat.
I will be playing Dr. Cornelius Cook, and unlike everyone else at this table, I am not human. Instead, I am a 3 foot, 3 inch tall badger person. The race, a member of the race Arctoids, affectionately known as Archies. I grew up on the fast track to an academic lifestyle, and worked that for many years before I decided it was time for some adventure. So I put on my adventuring outfit, my pith helmet, and set out across the stars with a ragtag band of mercenaries who I hired with no idea how to hire mercenaries.
Just walked right into that alleyway and said, "Who wants to do a crime?"
Excuse me, I have money. Who wants to talk to me?
One crime.
Anyone experienced in criminal activity?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Laurel.
All right, I am playing Jenny. Jenny is 6'3", and she would not have agreed to take this job if she wasn't the tallest person on the crew.
Natural.
She looks like she's been doing about 200 pull-ups a day from the day she was born. And Jenny used to be a riot cop until one day she lived on a planet where the economy was kind of collapsing. And one day in the middle of like a bread riot, she kind of said, screw this, and defected and started helping all of the starving citizens beat up riot cops instead. But then after that, found herself with very few employment opportunities. So became a bodyguard for the only person who would hire her until he got them into a lot of trouble. And a year later, she still hasn't been paid.
Yeah, yeah. And that segues me perfectly
You're
into, thank you so much, into the setup for all of this. So all of you are a band of mercenaries who were all hired by Cornelius for a job, which I've actually not talked to you about what that job was. It's up to you to decide.
Great.
And all we need to know is that it went horribly awry. It didn't go well, and you guys have become stranded on a planet called Gallant 3. Gallant 3 is the Backwater. It's like a 2-horse planet. It's got nothing going on.
Is that how many horses there are on the whole planet?
Yes.
Okay.
Making my boots even more ridiculous.
Yeah, you're gonna drive some horses. Like, what horse? Like,
There they are, all two of them.
right there. Yeah, they're those two. It's my job right over there.
We have one boot for each horse.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's how you use boots,
We've
right?
been here a long time.
Yeah.
We've eaten the horses.
Yeah,
There's no more.
That's
Yeah. Well, it's so. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Basically, the Gallant 3 is owned by Grant's Wares Incorporated, and it's set up a mining town on that planet.
This is like one of the large corporations.
Yeah, it's one of the big corps. Yeah.
Okay.
And so you're all there, and no one really cares that you're there, but you don't really have any status in the town. Not that it matters, because there's not a lot of status to be had. You've been kind of taking jobs here and there. You are a criminal crew, and you're trying to get off planet, which means you're not trying to like earn a miner's wage, so you're having to go some high risk, high reward routes. Today's job is no exception. You guys have been employed by Jack Fink. Jack Fink has asked you to boost a package from the front car of the Marshall Express train. In his typical manner, he has not told you what the package is or why he wants it. He's furnished you with hover bikes, or dusters, as they're known planet-side, because they kick up a whole bunch of dust, to help with the heist, but precious little else in the way of aid. Fink is not your friend, nor does he pay much mind to the concept of professional courtesy. Unfortunately, he's kind of the only game in town as far as underground sub-legal practices goes. And there really aren't many other venues where you could use your skills.
Horse thieving isn't an option.
I mean, you could steal the 2 horses, but it's very obvious.
Excuse me, has Cornelius been furnished with a child-sized duster?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. The Scooty Puff Jr.
Scooty.
I don't know where you got that voice, but it's perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, that said, he tends to pay both well and on time, unlike some people I could mention. Yep.
It's me.
So you get this right, and you might actually get off this rock and back into the game, up in the ether. Get it wrong, and he will most certainly track you down and leave you bleeding out in a ditch. So good luck with all of that. So, any questions before we move forward? Anything you want to cover? Anything you're confused about?
So we have one duster for each person.
Yes.
Sharing.
Yeah. No, you're not sharing.
And, okay,
You
that
can be on the back of mine.
Yeah.
I mean,
The dusters.
if anyone was gonna double up,
I feel like that's just a source of conflict between the three of us.
Yeah.
Like, who has to carry?
Who has to carry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just carry all of us in.
and I mean, I
Well,
guess we'll
maybe-
probably
Does she like carrot just have a baby Bjorn that she has on her back?
Yeah.
It's Cornelius.
Yeah.
Or on her front.
Oh,
Like just like here you go.
snipe people from it.
Honestly, we've been
Amazing.
here a year. We absolutely have
We
that.
probably,
Yeah.
But you never let me get
It
in
is-
unless it's a combat situation.
Correct.
Because you're sick of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
very
that's
much.
perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
You're not paying me enough to carry you around in a baby Bjorn 24/7.
Fair, fair.
In fact, you haven't paid me at all.
Yeah. Important note.
My dear, as soon as we return to my homeworld, I will furnish you with all that I promised and more.
Yes, you will.
With the modest payment I promised.
Yes, ma'am.
I threw down, I don't know if this is totally possible, given the excluded nature of this world, but
Yeah.
I wrote down that I had a previous, like, bad blood, kind of an old beef with Fink.
So yeah, it would be within the past year while you've been on the
It
planet.
would have to be
But
within
yeah,
this.
but yeah.
Like, when we
Fink is a local.
He's a local.
Right? Yeah, so he's not. He's not someone you've met off-site. Yeah. So, is there any other questions? Oh, by the way, the Dusters have a rudimentary form of remote control. You are able to direct them to go to places, and to come to you. But it is
Okay.
like all things on this planet. Shortwave radio transmissions are unreliable. So you can use this to make sure that you end up with the bikes at the end of your mission. And not a ton else.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Yeah.
in the video game where you just like
Yeah, you just hit a button.
whistle or something.
You
and
play a song and call your horse.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But you cannot, like, load dynamite up on your duster and call it over into the...
You could probably just, so
Oh,
long as you
okay,
can,
okay,
so long
okay.
as you have line of sight. So like, if I mean, you can. You're sure. Go ahead. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, so we're on Gallant.
Fink requires them back, just so you're aware. Yeah.
We're on Gallant 3, the
yeah,
planet.
it's 3. Yeah.
Is there a settlement that is like a base of operations for us?
Yes. So the biggest place on the planet is called North Grantsville, because it's
The
Grants,
Corporation.
Grants Corp owns it. There's a smaller town where you tend to be. It's called New St. Jude.
New St. Jude.
Yeah.
So we're in New St. Jude.
You right now are in neither, and we'll get to that. Don't worry about that. But I just want to clear up any other questions or anything before we do that.
So as far as the world goes,
Yeah.
Did you want to explain any more about like the corporations and?
So what's important for today is that Grant Corp doesn't care too much about its workers, does not get super involved in local tiffs.
Okay.
They have a security force, but it's just to keep their wares secure, right? Like it's pretty wild
Kind of
west.
the government in this.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
There is a local government, like a magistrate, stuff like that, but the corp.
Are there sheriffs or that
Yes, yeah.
thing?
There are sheriffs.
Are they working for the corp?
They're for the
Or-
magistrate.
Okay. Good.
So all of that
Underneath
government
us.
is like kind of on a step down from Grant Corp, because Grant Corp owns all of the mineral rights to the planet and employs everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
And so
Probably owns all their homes. And
yeah, what's the government gonna do, right? Like
kind of like okay.
yeah.
Like factory.
I was gonna start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
last
Using
century.
specific examples.
Let's not. There are comparisons you can draw.
I have.
We're just gonna draw.
All right.
Let's go rob a train.
Alrighty, so the intro. So this is where you guys find yourself right now. You all sit astride your dusters, peering over the vast barren landscape of Gallant 3. From your position high up on a ridge, you can see the ragged brush of Marshall Valley swaying slightly in the hot breeze as you wait for your quarry to arrive. The aether above has just barely begun to fade from the blues and greens of midday to the oranges and purples of evening. When you see it, a plume of dust leaping up from the horizon off to the south. That is to your left. The way you're looking is to your left. What?
That way.
Yeah, that.
No,
It's the Marshall Express, making its semi-weekly run from New St. Jude to North Grantsville. carrying all manner of goods, folks, and problems from the small town to the company hub. Look alive. This is this mag-propelled bullet train. It ain't slow, and you got an appointment with its first car that you can't afford to miss. So, it's barreling down on you like the moment you've ridden on this train before. Like, this is not the first time you've seen it. You know that the moment you see the plume coming, it's gonna be there very soon, even though it is like it's almost on the horizon. Like, it's moving, it's baking.
Are we in a stop where it's going to stop, or are we just...
No, you're just up on a ridge. Yeah, you're in the middle of nowhere.
And we're
It
like,
doesn't stop anywhere but in New St. Jude and Grantsville. And
Okay.
so you can't boost it at a stop because those are towns.
Got
so we're waiting
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
in position,
Yes.
poised to strike.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how far are we from the rail?
A few hundred yards.
Okay.
How fast can our hover bikes go compared to the train?
You can, if you like throw in the afterburners, you can match speed for about a minute.
Okay.
But like that is at your own peril because like bullet train's on tracks and it has armor plating around it. You're just on a bike, and if you fall off, you die.
So how long would it take from where we can connect to this to where it gets to the next?
Yeah, how much time?
Long enough that you will not have to worry about it. Yeah, you've positioned yourself well. Yeah. It's not like there are sleeper cars on the train. No one is intending to be there today.
It would be
Right, like, so you're fine.
better
Yeah.
to just get on the
Yeah.
train rather than to stop the train, and then everyone knows this.
Probably.
We'd have a lot more people to fight, which is not a problem with me.
There you go.
Not a big deal. Could be done.
Yeah.
Jimmy's gonna ask Cornelius. So, what's the plan here, boss man? Corny.
This is not exactly my area of expertise. I think I shall delegate.
About that time, Samson's peering through his rangefinder binoculars and looking at that plume coming in. He says, "We don't have any more time to talk." It just shoots off towards the train. So
I'm right behind
You
you.
heard the man?
I'm gonna get out just to be prepared. I'm gonna get from off my shoulder. I've got this like massive souped up riot shield.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna have that prepared. Maybe I can people can jump on it and I can do something like this. I put
You can just eat me under the
yeah for sure.
Yup.
So I put you in the baby.
Yup.
Well, I got my own
Oh,
desk.
that's right. You've got the child sized.
Yes,
It's training.
scooting.
it is pink. It puts out bubbles behind it.
Perfect.
All right.
They'll never see us coming. Wait.
When taking a good look through those
Yeah,
binoculars, do we see what are the different train cars? I mean, are some like coal sleepers? Like, what are
So
our options? Of,
yeah, so there are. So up front, you see an armored first car. So engine armored first car. You know that car is your target.
That's all the way at the front.
All the way at the
Engine and
front.
armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then next is a car that looks fairly nondistinct or nondescript. It's just a passenger car. After that comes a sleeper car, and then a couple, like a high-end, like first-class passenger car, and then a couple more passenger cars, and then all the rest of the cargo is at the back.
So are we
Yeah.
rating? Sorry, are we rating a passenger car? Like if we were able to get straight into the car that we're targeting.
The one you're targeting is
The front, right?
the front one. It has no windows,
So we don't
and it
know.
has no bay doors either. So it's like a passenger car sans windows, right? It has no.
Could
Yeah.
we get on in
Yeah.
between the cars?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
so we want to shoot for that.
Like as we're going down,
Mhm.
like pretty like a split second decision here. It's like we can start in the back at the cargo or go for broke.
I mean,
So-
we lose nothing
I
from
assume that
targeting.
we have lived here for a year. We've
Yes.
ridden this train.
Yeah.
Or
Mhm.
a similar train.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are there any obvious areas of ingress, like a door we could literally just open from the
Yeah,
outside?
so all of the doors between the cars, generally speaking, are unlocked during transit.
Sure.
They don't assume that anyone's going to be boarding, so why not? People transit between cars
And
all the time.
is this like you jump to get between the two?
There's one.
Is it like janky? Okay.
It's a little jank.
How jank we talking?
You could slip between them.
Yes,
Maybe
yes,
people
okay.
would have a hard time.
Indiana Jones rope bridge.
Yeah.
I imagine it's like a little platform and like a little rail. And
Yeah,
it makes it look nice. It's not safe at all.
It's not super safe. Yeah.
OSHA is
yeah.
absent.
So all the doors between cars are unlocked. You feel like if in your current state you busted into one of the first class cars, people would wonder because you don't look like first class people.
It's really
Speak for yourself.
cutting.
Yeah.
I mean, the pith helmet really throws it.
Yeah. Well,
Passed down through generations of my family. I'm soft.
Bought it at the Chris store last week.
well, we know which car we're targeting, and if we target that one and we screw it up and like fall off or something, that gives us time to lose and try to get on again somewhere near the back. So we
Oh,
should try to
first
get
car.
in on the first car.
All the way to the first car, huh?
You smoking
Yeah,
while
what
you're
are
doing
you
this?
What are you smoking?
Walking right up there, just got a cigarette out.
It's lounging. Okay, it's like a timer.
All
You're
that-
going to have security on us. Heartbeat. We should at least pull back to the, maybe by the sleeper. Get on unnoticed.
Why would we do that?
To avoid unnecessary altercation.
Why would we do that?
Now, I'll save you some wisdom here. I've been living quite well out of the motto of,
Meanwhile, the train
Honest
goes.
move.
You're too good, so he's going for the first one. Jimmy's going towards the first car.
I like it. Let's go.
I imagine I'm wearing like my little goggles with like the black shades. I'm in the desert,
Do it.
Is it desert like out here?
Oh yeah,
Cactus is
It's gonna be bad.
What is security usually like on these trains? Is it-
Security. There is security. It's actually corp security. Grant corp security.
Gross.
Not super hard, right? It's just there to like make sure fist fights don't break out and no one's
and they're like,
Fist fights, you say?
Yeah.
As I power up my robotic apples.
patrolling the car.
Yeah, they're walking.
Probably. Okay, and then, I said one more question, but I meant several more questions.
Okay, yeah, please.
Communication in these cars. Like, if we broke into a back car,
Yeah.
could the people in that car go, ding, 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 someone's infiltrating the train, oh no!
They're not really.
Just an
You
emergency
could,
stop button that
yeah,
they
like there's no intercom that's accessible to.
Okay.
There are call buttons for the wealthy class people.
Okay, so
but,
they could,
yeah.
call for some croissants.
Yeah, as defensive croissant. Yeah. Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's jump on the train.
I'm inclined to go for a car further back, so that we can enter the car without being spotted. You'll get your fist fights, my dear. Just,
Is someone gonna tell Jimmy?
I don't want to fight.
Is someone gonna tell Jimmy because he's doing it?
I went up to the front because I'm planning to try and boost people
Yeah.
wherever we're going to do it. So
Are we talking to each other on mics or something?
Yes, so you
Yeah,
all have
comms.
like these shortwave comms.
Okay.
Now, if you're like more than a couple of cars away from each other, you're like not confident.
These are like the kind you had as a kid.
Yeah, these are like crap
Neighborhood,
Yeah, like
One block.
you're walking down.
I'm not Mr. Richie McMoney Pants. If you want to go in a sleeper car, fine, let's go in a sleeper car.
Just take it one step at a time.
So now we passed the entire train on our bikes into the very back.
So we're gonna just come up to one that is
Are you going for the sleeper right
It's gonna
after the first class?
how many passenger cars are behind the first car?
Okay, so first car.
And
So
it's armored.
armored car.
Yep.
Passenger.
So there's a passenger
Then the sleeper.
one there, and then there's a sleeper, and then there's the first class, and then there's several normal class, and then there's cargo after that.
And when you say sleeper,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
I mean that it is a first class car where you have cabins that allow you to sleep.
And it's not nighttime.
No. I mean, it's also where first class people will stow their stuff, and so people are kind of shuffling in and out. Probably. Yeah.
All right.
We do not look like
Let's aim for the sleeper.
All right.
Let's do it.
We aim for the sleeper.
All right.
All right. So there are 3 ways into any car: front, back, top. The top is like through a window or something, or like an air vent. So which way are you going into this car?
in the front is closer to where we actually.
Yes, front is near to the prairie.
Wherever we're getting on, there need to be a lot of places to hold on.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna get a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine there will be more handholds near the doors.
Yep.
Front and the back
Yep.
rather than on top. So
Mhm.
we should aim for one of the doors probably. So people can grab onto something.
Let's go for the back door.
Corn?
Keeping our options open would be good. Maybe you talk to me at the top.
You're just gonna All right, so you're gonna go throw
Yes,
it.
say
All right.
no more. I know what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
We've done this before.
Yeah.
All right, sure,
For
perfect.
sure.
Not that it matters numerically, but sure. So
I think I'm still gonna try to boost you up on my shield because I am very adept with my shield.
Okay.
It gives me a little more oomph.
Sure. I don't have anything at all probably that would contribute to this. Maybe pinpoint precision.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're boosting me, and I'm trying not to die.
You're lightweight.
Yeah.
I'm small.
That's part of your backstory.
I have claws.
it's part of
cleany. So I'm gonna say that this is significantly easier because you are small and rodent-like.
Yeah.
So regardless of what manner of rodent you are but grabbing stuff is part of your life.
The weasel family, not technically rodents.
You want me to take it away?
No. Of course, my cousin was a capybara. Rodents we are.
All right. So you throw first, and then
Yeah.
he will deal with what you do.
Okay. All right.
So you're just yeeting a 3.5 foot tall person.
So I rolled a 3,
Okay.
and to that 3, I'm gonna, because I'm using my shield to boost.
Yep. Mhm.
I'm gonna add my souped up riot shield.
Yeah.
I'm
Nice.
gonna add. I have an ability called Shield Bash, which seems fairly applicable.
Take half.
Okay,
Yeah.
half. I'm gonna add Team Tactics, which I took for precisely this sort of, doing things. for the game.
Chicanery. Yeah. Okay.
And can I add Built Like a Tank?
How many ranks do you have in build?
One.
One. Yeah. It's a strength thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I rolled 11.
You rolled an 11.
Yep.
All right. So you're able to yeet him pretty good. But you did not yeet him such that he does not have to make a skill check
Okay.
to land this mother.
All right.
Yeah.
So I have pinpoint precision, and I don't have ranks in the claws, but I have.
No, yeah.
So it just makes
that's
the
part of the
check
DC.
easier.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna add 2 to this.
Yeah. Go for it.
I'm very smart.
Oh, man.
It's a -5.
-5.
So -3 total.
Okay, so you come up and it's high enough, but you're not able to actually get your claws on anything as you come down, and you start to scrape your way down the side.
Can I whack him up again with my shield?
I could take a move here if we want to get more party members involved in it.
Yeah.
If you're
What you gonna?
it's not gonna be great. I mean, unless
Dave Cornelius.
This whole trademark is talk smooth and shoot smoother. So unless I need to shoot him, it's not gonna be great. But
yeah.
I do have a firm grip and a mean hook, so maybe I can catch you with a firm grip.
So you're just gonna try to catch him?
Don't we all?
I forgot all of my points are in traits that would have told me how stupid an idea this was.
Yeah. You just looked at this and be like,
That's
that's
what you
Should have rolled up my All right.
So I guess I'll stroll up and just try to catch him, and then just slow down enough that we can just drop him onto the walkway. That's
sure.
the plan
Yeah,
here.
You're gonna try to grab him out of the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
for it.
Okay. So, good die, bad die. Here we go. Okay, we're starting at a -1. That's a good place to start,
Okay.
right?
Could be worse.
I have strong and imposing.
So strong and imposing is one attribute?
It's meant to be more of a here's how you're perceived type of thing. So I
Okay.
ask for half of it.
Okay.
bravado.
Sure.
Get the strong part, not the imposing.
I mean, I'll take it. Whatever. It's more of a charisma trait than a
Okay,
body
yeah,
trait.
yeah.
That's why I'm fighting for half here.
Alrighty. Sure, Sure.
That and yeah, and firm grip. So it's +3. That's an 8-1.
2.
2.
You drop him.
I'll drop it.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right, I'll make a new character.
No. I know I
Can I
said
come in now?
you could.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get
There we go.
This one's-
Mechanic robot head. Better.
He goes, "No, Corny!" And he zooms in and he reaches out with his multi-tool robo hand.
Okay.
And he tries to grab it. So I am
Are you
going
using
to
some
use...
weird tool?
Oh, whoops! That was the knife attachment.
I got him!
Just the wine opener. So
One save the party member that way.
I'm going to
Turning
use
them falling.
Nice.
strong.
Okay.
And can I use my bar brawler?
No.
Nah, no. Okay, I have blue collar. Good at catching things. Okay, I'm gonna say that's a no, and then I'm gonna add on my robo hand, which is +3.
All right, so I'm going to say you do get 1 rank from blue collar
Okay, sweet.
because you
Yeah,
just have used your body a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
had to save a couple people falling off trains before.
Don't know about that,
Okay.
but okay.
I'm gonna start with 6, and then
Oh man, the consequences of my actions.
well, that's a -5, so I got a 1. You got a 1 total of 1.
All right, so you guys are just like coming in one after another,
Like we're
and Cruz just like, bang, bang, bang. And you finally collapse onto the ground and are just like rolling through the dust. You take 2 points of damage and take 2 ranks in dazed.
Okay.
All right. Do I have a rope in my pack?
You can roll for it.
Okay.
So
I just
I would say that's a pretty easy one
and
to
add
have.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 5.
Yep. Yeah.
Can I just, because, it's clear to me at this point that all of my companions are incompetent, and
Yep.
if you want a job done properly, you gotta do it yourself.
It's hard to argue that.
Can I try to jump on the platform and, latch on with
yeah.
one arm and reach out? Maybe I'll use the rope to, tie on and, throw out so that people can
Okay.
grab it.
Totally. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm calling my steed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scooty! Dust off my gray vest.
Well.
If you named
Adjust my tie.
Yeah.
you named your duster.
No, not yet.
Okay,
I'll think
so
about that.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add built like a tank.
Yep.
So
4.
that's 4. This is very sort of I learned maneuvers like this, jumping and rolling and dodging and grabbing. I'm gonna add my combat training.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say so. Yeah.
What else can I add? I have these ultra powerful robot knuckles that are helping me to get a good grip and hold on.
I would say half that.
Okay, so what's half of 3? 1 or 2?
1 in this case.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that, if you're going to start helping people pull up, that's where they're going to really help, because that's like a robot grip. But you're trying to, jump from your bike, which is kind of a different thing.
Yeah. Can I add my background of scrappy street kid?
Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah.
It feels really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a 10.
10 plus your 3. Oh, you
Did I
already
add
had
that? No, actually, I don't think I added that.
Where's your 4 come from?
The 4.
I was like, oh, I forgot about my background. Oh, something else that would have informed me that it was a stupid
Bad
decision.
decision.
I mean, dang.
Turns out just pulling up next to it and
3 and
stepping on is easy.
You'll have to toss me.
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, no, I did. It was 3 plus 1 per building.
Oh, okay, 3
So
plus 1,
far.
yeah.
So
You got 10 total. That is enough. Either way, I don't know actually why I'm asking. 10 is fine. So yeah, you come up, you watch this mishap happen, and you're like, yep, knew that was gonna happen.
Yep.
You were mostly just getting rid of him to upset yourself.
No.
Get
He
everything
doesn't
over.
get to die until I get paid.
Oh no, so you're not killing him. You're just making sure that the rest of this get on the train operation goes smoothly, and then you can deal with them.
Yeah. And once I've gotten on, can I quickly tie a rope?
Yes, you know, you're gonna run it like a pitch or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
now
There's going to be a lot of racism against my race.
against badger people. Yeah.
Against my badge.
So now there is a rope that I tied that is going off of the train. So you guys,
so you guys can
I'm
have
gonna try
this
and grab
rope.
the rope.
Yeah.
Grab the rope.
So you can
Ignore
grab the rope
him.
pretty easily. If you're gonna try to grab him, that's a thing. But
No, ignore him.
Oh,
Grab the
ignore
rope.
him. Okay, yeah. You can grab the rope really easily. Beat
are you gonna be okay?
I don't know.
beat a 5 to pull yourself up onto this train. At this point,
Do you mean I have to roll and then add
add mods, yeah,
Oh, okay.
just however.
Well,
you
last
want
time
to
I
go.
got close to it, so
Hey!
So your bike, what'd you get?
5.
Awesome, great.
Well, plus something.
Yeah.
We're good.
But you've called your
Okay, yeah.
steed back, and it's
just gonna try it, jump on it, and get going as fast as I can to catch up as much as
So are you gonna try to get on where they're boarding, or you're gonna try to get on in a different car?
because I can max this thing out and match speed, right?
So you can't
So I probably can't recover.
Unless the
Yeah,
rope
yeah.
is long enough.
He would you might be able to grab the rope, but then you would have to climb the rope horizontally to get to.
Well, but
I-
I could reel him in.
You could, yeah.
Okay, so if I see the rope dangling out the back,
Mhm.
and is it like horizontal? Are we moving that fast?
Yep.
Oh gosh.
I mean, it's like bouncing and skipping up the
Yeah,
ground a little bit, but
yeah.
it's mostly horizontal.
You're very smart. You're probably more effective on a
I'll-
bike than you are on anything else.
Yeah, I'll just stay on the bike and try not to do some sort of jumping situation.
Yeah.
Just like I got it.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of
So
thing.
you got it, yeah.
So yeah, I'll
What'd you
attempt to-
I got a 3, and then I'm adding all the stuff that I used to try and grab it.
Yep, sounds great. Yeah, you made. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not surprising. Yeah,
Okay.
you guys should make.
So yes, I will attempt to catch up to the rope, or get to the rope, maxing out my pink bubble blowing duster,
Yeah.
and grab onto the rope.
All right. So you've got your hand on the rope, and you can start to like. I think that you're just gonna start to pull yourself in, and you're gonna.
Once I see that
Jenny's
he's
gonna
grabbed,
try
I'm
Having learned my lesson, I'm going to avoid relying on strength as much as possible,
Yeah.
and just tie it to my arm
Wow.
so that I can
Just
keep.
trying to get your limbs ripped off.
I mean, the alternative is attempting a strength check,
Oh yeah. Well.
and
that's
that's
a
a
bad
fate worse than death.
idea.
I will take my chance.
All right.
So yeah, I'll just tie it to my arm and hold on as
All
hard
right.
as well. as I
So
can.
this is just on you then.
You can-
So, like, yeah.
He weighs like 5 pounds.
Yeah. He's not a lot.
So am I rolling?
Yes. So roll and throw in build like a tank and your combat training.
Okay.
While she's pulling him in,
Yeah.
I'm gonna step out of the wind,
That's
like
good.
just barely into like the beginning of the cab,
Yeah.
and whip out a pocket comb and start refixing
Oh,
the
okay.
pomade, you know.
Yeah. Here we go.
This guy ignoring their needs.
I rolled a 12.
Yeah, you make. Yeah. So you're able to like haul him, and he's like,
You know, if you were smart, you'd do what I do and put your hair up in space buns, which is the most practical style for combat because it keeps your hair up and out of your face and away from people's reach.
So you got dual buns.
I have dual space buns.
Well done, my dear. Thank you.
Wow.
You keep this up, and there'll be a bonus in it for you.
Oh, there will be many bonuses.
There'll be a few bonuses.
We'll discuss it.
I am going to take a look at this door.
Okay, so you look at the door. It's
because
not.
I'm mechanically minded.
Yeah, totally. Like but it's not anything
Not mechanical.
special. It's just like one of those subway doors where you like turn one of the the little like rocker handles and it opens. It'll be loud, but it slides to the side and there doesn't seem to be any locking mechanism on it. It's just a door
Okay.
into a sleeper car. Yeah.
Well, do I need to roll for that?
No. You got that all without any of your skills. You look at it and you're like,
That's a door.
Yeah.
man, that door.
I've seen something
That's
like
a
this
door.
before.
Yeah.
It's a door.
Yeah, it's just,
So are we entering the sleeper car?
Yes.
that's what you guys said.
Okay.
Yeah.
The back of it, so we have to go through the sleeper.
Yeah.
Let's
For
remain
some reason.
quiet as we go to this car.
I quietly put away my 6-foot-tall, souped-up riot shield covered in spikes.
Does that hide, or is it just on your back?
Oh no, it's just on my
Yeah,
back.
it's on her back.
Yeah.
It's like-
I've got
Very inconspicuous.
Yeah.
a rifle that is very long for me, but probably very short for everyone else, just sticking up out of my bag.
yeah.
So, super subtle.
Super. So you guys head
Oh no.
trying to be inconspicuous. You head into the back of the sleeper car. You open the door, and in it is like the hallway in a sleeper car is really narrow because everything that is usually these kind of like bench seats that are in a train car is instead like walled off cabins that are all really small, right? And you can like the cabins have a fold down bed in them, and you can put your stuff in them. And so a few of the doors are open, and there seems to be a couple of people kind of hanging out of one of the door and talking to someone inside of one of the cabins. And they all seem like there are a couple of doors open, and you can kind of see some things in there, and like it seems to be kind of high grade stuff, right? People who are wealthy use sleeper cars. If you're not wealthy, you just sleep in your benches back in the cheapo seats. So that's what you see. How do you want to proceed?
So looking forward toward
Mhm.
our quarry.
Yeah.
I assume we see another door at the other end of the
Yeah,
car.
yeah. There's another door down there. Yeah.
We could proceed through, and nobody seems to be like.
No,
Taking
I
out
mean,
the weapons?
like when you open the door, one of the guys who's like talking in the doorway, like looks up and he kind of like goes like he kind of whispers something, but it's like not a big
I'm
deal.
gonna pull out a wrench.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
To like we're
Yeah, we're just gonna come here and
Yeah.
look out something.
Yeah, so like maybe a list or something, and I'm going to just
You
start looking up
looking around.
at the lights, and I'll just say that is there a light out in this car somewhere? Is that how in the right?
Just keep walking as you're saying it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
keep
And
walking.
how bad was it? What this guy was saying? What was his expression?
Not bad,
Like
like-
disapproval or disdain?
Yeah,
or-
some disdain,
like
some
scoff
disapproval,
toward people.
edging on disdain, but not terrible.
Look who's coming to the car now.
Yeah,
like
yeah. It's not like he's not leaning over to hit an emergency button or
Okay,
something.
okay.
Like, he's just
so this is
just
great.
help out.
If I do have to roll, I have coveralls.
Hey,
Tell
that's
Oh, that's pretty good.
all right. So he's not surprised to see you, so you don't have to roll. But the reason you don't have to roll is because you absolutely look the part. You're a mechanic. You're walking in.
You will see the part.
Yeah,
Like, I think it's in the next car.
yeah.
Yep.
And so you got to
So,
struggle through. And
I have this negative ranks in this thing called "Can't Let It Go,"
oh yeah, like if someone
and I
looks
just
down their
hate
nose
rich
at you.
people.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna stroll up very kind to this man
yeah.
and ask, "Oh, what was that there, friend? Couldn't quite hear you. Everything all right? Did you have something to say to myself and my friends?"
I did not address you, did I?
Well, it's really no way to make new friends. Speak one gentleman to another, now is it?
I'm gonna yell back and be like, "Hey, it's your first day on the job. Get back to work. Come hold my flashlight."
It, I suppose, would not be a way to make friends, and if you see another gentleman around, perhaps I would like to make his acquaintance.
Can I just all 6'3" of me just sort of slowly come up behind him? Yeah. And just sort of slowly start to bounce you away from the guy. So I can
Come on, we got work to do.
Yeah.
Contested check.
I think we still have to roll on this. I'm
Up to you. So,
like a little
you can repeat this, but he is
-2.
he is
Yeah.
making no attempt
Okay.
to mask his distaste for you.
Yeah.
So
pretty,
here we are.
pretty
Yeah.
rough. I've got him telling me something and you pushing me. I want to roll something, but I don't know how to roll this.
All right, so I can just come up with a DC for it.
Yeah.
And
I
he
don't know
will
what
take
we'd
your
add.
negative ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we're already causing a scene. And
Yeah, you're getting close.
Everyone
yeah.
in the car is already.
Yeah.
There aren't a ton of people in the car, but you are correct.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
They're like,
Okay,
"This
so
is
maybe-
talking badger."
I'll just use this occurrence to just get low and creep forward.
Okay, so try to Okay, so make a roll. Well, I mean, these guys are focused in. So, are you trying to go completely unnoticed, or are you just trying to this is not my deal. I'm moving on.
Yeah, I'm gonna move past and just make
Act like you don't know them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You can just go ahead and do that. They will note that you went past,
Yeah.
but they don't know that that is important information. Yeah. So,
Which brings me to one question.
yeah,
How weird is it that I'm a badger person?
not terribly.
Okay, so there are probably lots of other Arcoids around.
Yeah, around.
Are any
like-
of them wealthy, or is that highly unusual? Because
Oh no,
of
that's not
racism?
unusual. No,
Okay,
no.
good.
They're completely integrated.
Yeah,
that
so there's no
they're
like,
on all levels of society in the same way that everybody else is. Yeah.
It was okay. It's
right. Yeah, I'll just walk up to the front of the car.
All right, so you keep trucking. So I see you handling your dice. Are you gonna do something?
I mean, if this is, is
Yeah.
this a contested check?
It's up to you if you guys want to contest. I was just gonna make him roll against his own better judgment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
at the time.
Make a win this thing.
This thing by failure is probably a good idea.
yeah.
So what am I going to roll here? Just add the negative? I don't know what positive I put it into.
So
It's
anything
like-
that would lean you towards letting it go.
Good judgment.
Yeah, if you have any good judgment traits, now's the time to use them. I would say that the scrappy kid, whatever your background was,
Yeah.
I'd say that's a wash.
Yeah, that's
So,
all,
like,
yeah.
on the one hand, to a point,
But also hot.
but also, come on, let's settle this kind of thing.
Okay. I'm
Right,
just
yeah,
going to roll it at -2 for the...
Yeah.
So that would be, that's a 0.
So 0 was the DC.
Okay.
You were tied. Technically, if I was just making this like a skill check, I would say you passed, but
Okay.
barely. Up to you. How do you want to RP that? But you were like right on the edge of like if his sneer was just like a little bit like you would have been like you just
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So
I think
up
like
to-
at a 0, his mind just stutters out long enough that the little pushing, he just kind of just.
You do the
know,
thing where you're
like-
like, hold me back, and
Oh
I'm just like
God,
slowly taking you,
the
Just
cringe.
bodying you towards the
Oh. Okay, we've made it past.
Yeah.
So
We've beaten his
so
first
okay.
draft.
So as you've gone,
We've stalled.
some character I made up on the spot, like was not.
We've beaten Elliot's rich person puzzle.
All right.
So okay, so meanwhile, Nathan, because you kept moving, you're kind of up with Cornelius.
Yeah.
You guys are getting close to the front. He's a little bit in front of you, but you're like gonna reach the front door more or less at the same time. So Cornelius,
Let's go to the light switch. Like, flip it.
yeah, and the lights go on and off.
All right, this isn't it. Let's go to the next car.
Love it.
So the door is here
Yeah.
in front of us. Is there a window or anything?
Yeah,
to
there's a
see
window.
through it? So
Yeah.
can we see like what we're dealing with on the front car?
The other window on the opposite side is closed.
Okay. And does it
How
does it
many
look like the
cars
same kind of
Do we have left?
door opening mechanism
Or
or something else?
yeah,
So we came in here,
it looks a little modified.
So we got
It
through
looks like
sleeping.
it might have a lock on.
then through a
Okay.
particular passenger car, and then to the one we want.
All right.
Yep.
I guess we'll do it probably at the same time. Just try to inspect it and figure it out.
So does that mean that you exit through the door
Uh,
you're looking at?
would it be reasonable for us to take a short time in the intercar space
To kind of peek.
to inspect it?
Sure, yeah, you could do that.
I'm just if it's like this much standing room.
Oh no,
or
no, no!
something?
A couple, 3 people could stand here close together.
I
We're
see.
inside the door.
I'm doing the bodyguard thing with the arms crossed so that nobody can see.
Yeah. So you're kind of getting close, and when you like get up to the door there, yeah,
You take up the whole.
you take a
walkway.
whole.
I'll just open the
Lean
door.
semi-casually against the wall.
No leaning.
Oh, okay. It's like gotta keep that plumb line going. Yeah.
Fully
So I'll just open the door and go inspect.
rooted.
We can
All right.
go inspect.
So you open the door and you guys step out into the interim space, and there's another door on the other side. Both of you can make an inspection check on this door into this
Good.
special.
And you're sort of mechanic oriented, of course. So yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So you probably inspect the door mechanism, and I'm just gonna like look around for like
Indications.
cameras
Yeah,
or
there we go.
or people who.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So
Okay, I am going to get. Well, I don't know if I need anything for my hit, because I'm just inspecting it.
Yeah.
So I'm giving mechanically minded, mechanic, and I have something called a break-in.
Okay, sure, yeah.
I mean,
So
that seems
second.
pretty-
yeah, seemed pretty good.
Okay, got a 5. Negative. Roll all negative.
All right. So, but you do get a 5.
Yes. I
So
do
you
get a
look
5.
it over
Okay.
and you notice that it does indeed have a locking mechanism on it. And looking at the locking mechanism,
Not quite.
it looks aftermarket. So someone installed a lock on this door. You don't notice all that much else besides a seal around the outside of the door that isn't on the other cars.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
inspect the general situation. And I'm thinking ingenious,
Yeah.
and timely insight,
Darn right.
Oh my goodness.
which would maybe
Literally.
give me
I
Come on, you know you wanna.
I argue that it's the insight, but not the timely.
okay.
So, is it 5?
It's 5.
Get 3 from that.
Okay,
Yeah,
three.
I'll round you up.
Three. How about encyclopedic knowledge?
How much is it excited?
2.
2.
Do you have a Sears catalog?
It's sure. Take
Just
it.
to make
Yeah.
connections between
Yeah,
what I see
yeah.
and what could be the case. Okay, so that is plus 10 from the dice.
Holy cow!
Okay.
Plus 6, 7, 8
And yet we're nickel and diming you on.
Yeah, on the mod.
for a total of 8.
Okay, so you look at it and you're like, galaxy brain.
I thought my character was gonna be.
He sees into the ether.
Well, really, the thing is like, since most of that mod came from the dice, I'm gonna say that you like glance up, and the first thing you notice is what appears to be some manner of sensor, not on the door itself, but off to the left on the car, and it's facing you guys. And your encyclopedic knowledge lets you know that, like, oh, that's not a camera, that's an infrared sensor. And it's got a motion detector built in. And so then you start, like, following it, and there's, like, some conduit, some aftermarket conduit that's, like over the top of the door, and it goes in over here, and then your eyes are, like, kind of, like tracing along where all this wiring would go and everything. And you come to this conclusion that, like, okay, so not only does the door have a sensor on it there to let them know, or let someone know when someone gets close to the door. Also, there seems to be like a series of rivets on both the walls that are facing you and the door itself that aren't on the other cars, which look a heck of a lot like there's armor plating been like installed on this thing as well.
Okay. On the passenger one.
On the passenger car.
Okay. That's when we're going.
Yeah, it's when you're trying to enter. Yeah.
Okay.
And beyond that, you can't tell a lot.
Okay.
Besides, there seems to be some conduit that runs below the train that is connected to this. There is a standard conduit tube that travels between trains that like hook up when you hook up the cars, and you see an extra one that's hooked up.
Down under.
Yeah, down underneath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you point this out to me?
One more question. Based upon the orientation of the infrared sensor, does it look like we've tripped it yet?
Oh yes.
Okay.
It's looking right at the space. It's the explicit purpose of this
It's far
thing.
too late.
Yeah. To look at you. Look at right where you are.
They know we're coming. And I'll just sort of point out all the things that I noticed to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to open the conduit with my wrench.
Okay, so you try to like get up there and try to just like pop the conduit.
Yeah, because
like,
normally on conduit there's a little
We should disable the
place you
sensors.
can.
Yeah.
I think so, but it may be too late.
You guys would
I'm
both
gonna-
know that if it comes time for like brute forcing, like disabling any sort of electronics, I have tasers in my robotic knuckles.
Sweet.
I can only use them a certain number of hours per day, but if need be, tell me to
I'm
do it.
assuming I have something not nearly as powerful in my robo hand, so unless
Sure.
it's like you find a generator, you can
Yeah.
literally just
Yeah.
I'll just turn back to you and say,
That's how we recharge her hands.
beware,
We plug her into the
the time for your brand of diplomacy may be coming quickly.
Excellent.
It's how you
I pop it open.
It's how you reawaken people who have passed out and just.
I'm not going to say it hasn't happened.
Oh wait. Okay, so
What's
you
that in your
pop
boat?
open the conduit.
Make sure
So you're able to like kind of
Yeah.
like hoist yourself up. There's like a little ladder.
Yeah, that's the ultimate.
You hoist yourself up there. You get your wrench out, and you've done this. You pop it right open, and it's got a series of wires in there, like unsurprising to you.
having a rhythm.
The one thing that's interesting about it is that there's like a series of normal wires, you know, your ground, your power, and what appears. The third one is weird. It is like coiled in its own metal sheath that looks pretty heavy duty. That's distinct from the other cables.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So here's my strategy.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut the metal sheathing and peel it back. So that normally the reason for that being on there is to keep there from being feedback.
Oh yeah, like interference.
So
yeah.
if I cut that a little bit, it will just look like there's a bunch of feedback from the other power cables.
Oh,
that are
okay.
And we can just
inside
like
of it.
click our walkie-talkies over and over.
Yeah. So it won't look like it just stopped.
Yeah.
It'll just look like something is wrong.
Yeah.
And then I'll be
Sure.
like, I'm on my way to fix it. That's
Don't worry, here I go.
so good.
All right.
What do we need to do?
So use your handyman hand.
Yep. So I'm gonna add 3 to what I did before.
handy hand, if you
Handy
will.
hand, if you will. Yeah.
Actually, this is awesome. I have sabotage.
Yeah.
Sabotage,
Take the one.
Mechanically minded mechanic, sabotage, and my drill.
We realized you go 2 on the,
Yeah.
the builds.
Now all I have to do is put you into a place where you have to like sweet talk somebody and game over.
Yeah.
Hey, I have fervent.
And I have talk with my fist.
I have handsome rogue, smooth talk. I'm pretty widespread.
Got an 11. All right. So
Talk smooth.
you are able to
Smooth.
like you're just
Just hold on.
you flip out in your little robot hand this little like bitty cutter thing.
It's a little gremble.
Yeah. And you just like you just peel this back and you're like, okay. And so do you slap the conduit back on?
Yes.
Or okay, yeah, you just like
Yes.
put it back and so you're able to do that, and you kind of get back down. And for as far as you
A
can
job
tell,
well done.
yeah, as far as you can tell, when you were doing that, you were not being seen by the sensor itself.
Yes.
As far as you're able to determine. So,
And also
Yeah.
just plead bad at my job.
yeah, it's like, oh man, I just suck at this, guys. I'm sorry.
I thought I fixed the lights.
Yeah. So I'm here to fix the lights. So I thought that's what I was doing.
He told me there
Um,
was a light out.
So yeah, so you're able to get down,
The blinds.
and all right. So while you're like waiting because you figure like this is not going to happen immediately, right? They have to find out that something's wrong with their sensor. Blah 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 blah. What is everyone else doing, and what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
I
while
was thinking
this-
I would do that. Now
Yeah.
the sensor doesn't work, and then I would try to break into the door.
Oh, then you would just start to jiggle the handle and like.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would try to break in with those same skills.
So
Oh,
we
okay.
know that there's like the rivets on the door. and
Yeah.
stuff. Does it look as though that prevents us from getting in, or is the door just like reinforced so that it would be hard to kick it down if it were locked?
As Jake's check doesn't cover knowing how the plating works, but like on the inside. But he did notice that there's a locking mechanism. Oh wait, you noticed that there's an aftermarket locking mechanism on the door. Does it make sense to lock a door you can't open? So,
So it's locked.
So it's it's locked,
Okay.
but it is probably not sealed in the
Yeah.
way that you
Okay.
think of sealing.
I would
Yeah.
like to try just a quick Jimmy the Lock.
Okay. All right. So where are you right now?
Jimmy, that lock, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think, we're just kind of standing here, just kind of looking around, and just kind of waiting. He goes to mess with the lock and kind of walks up as you're going to it. 6-shooter at the lock. You want me to help you with... No.
Oh,
Okay.
never mind. Okay.
And
Back up, plan B.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
backseat gaming him
Yeah.
Yeah.
and trying to
Ooh, yeah.
do my essentially inspiration
Can we get some
For
boost
him.
from this?
with my timely insight.
Sure.
You're like, I'll give you
Okay.
some
Okay, it
pills.
gotta be worth something.
So some
Yeah.
juice
Give me some juice.
for the
You're gonna juice him for this.
for Jimmy. I mean,
Okay, so for our viewers at home, juicing is where Cornelius shoots up his teammates with a whole bunch of stimulants.
Which is why I'm still around.
And
Yes.
we've got the most talented
And I-
engineer.
And as always,
I know
we do have
He's hooked up on space meth.
so do you want to juice him or
No,
Open
no,
the door.
I just want to assist him.
Okay.
I mean,
And I
You're gonna
figure
give me a pep talk.
I'll just look over it under his
Can he roll? for that?
armpit
Yeah.
and just
Be
try
pointing
and,
like
try and help.
So yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll for that.
It's a push. It's a push.
right.
Yeah, and so roll that.
Okay.
And
So should I just roll as if I was trying to open the door, or should I just add my timely insight to his roll?
you should roll yourself and add your timely insight to it. And basically what that comes down to is you're like trying to do a direction, a help
Yeah.
direction, right?
Sure.
And so that's the check you're making.
Should I add anything else to it, like ingenious, encyclopedic knowledge, or am I just
I would say you can throw ingenious in there.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I would not say that your encyclopedic knowledge branches to aftermarket locks.
Sure. Probably not also a scientific prodigy
Oh,
background.
okay.
Yay!
No, one.
I'm saying no, but
Okay.
I'll take one.
Yeah, take one.
Okay,
Go
go.
take one. I'm saying no, but I'm saying yes.
-2, well, a 10 and a 12. So that kicks out the background +1, 2, 7. So math. 6, right?
Sure.
No, wait. Ingenious is 8, -2, +1 is 7.
Okay. So, so you're able to add, let's call it 3 to his roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. I am starting out with my 9 again. I'm switching out my sabotage for break-in.
Oh, okay. Gotta cover all those bases. It's
And-
not sabotaging a lock. It's breaking.
I got a -9, so
Oh.
I got 0.
Holy
Plus 3.
Okay.
3.
0 plus 3.
Yes,
You got
3.
3.
In
So
the
you're
pocket.
able to- and you get your hands relaxed, like just trying to just whatever you can. And there's kind of sparks going everywhere. And while you're doing this, you hear like all this commotion from them. You're on the outside of a train. It doesn't matter
Okay.
that much.
Cool.
But you're standing there guard, and you see the other end door open, and in comes a tall, lanky man in the sleeper car.
Okay.
tall, lanky man in a suit and a silly hat, and you immediately recognize him as a porter, which is just someone like an employee of the train. And he's walking through each box, and each time he comes up to the guys that you had that tiff with, and he says, "Tickets, please."
Exactly.
And they like pull up, and they like pull out these like little cards, and he like pulls out this little thing on his belt, and he punches them, and then he continues on down, and he's coming towards you, but he's like stopping off in places.
Is there room for us to like just all four of us be in the walkway between the two cars so we can close the door and break line of sight?
Ooh, what if Cornelius gets in her little thing?
If you're holding Cornelius on your shoulders,
Am I?
barely.
Not right now.
Not right
Yeah.
now.
That's to give us more space.
I see.
You can barely do, and I mean barely. I mean that like
We're
kind of worried about like.
I put you like on
Yeah.
like even higher up. Like you're basically on my head. Like so there's no bulk in the torso area. You're
Okay,
just
so I'm just
vertical
like
stage.
on shoulder.
Yes.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
legs over. Like,
Yeah.
So we'll do that.
I go talk to him and lure him outside,
Absolutely not.
and then you push him off the train.
I was thinking the last one didn't go well. It should go well this time.
Let's plan B it because it's possible he might
Yeah.
not come out here anyway.
Why do you guys always plan B my idea?
I just want to push him off the train.
I understand and sympathize, and I'm sure we will throw plenty of people off this train before the day's done. So I wanted to try and like quietly close the door.
Okay,
If I
so
can.
so yeah, he's coming down the pathway
Yeah,
towards you,
I just want
and
to
you're trying to like kind of step out and like close the door behind you.
Yep.
Yeah.
and
okay.
then I'd like to, as much as possible, kind of brace myself against the door so
Okay.
that he can't get it open if he tries.
Okay. So to be clear, the window is just a window, and it is right in front of his face. So
He'll be able to
like
do
there's a
that.
door, there's a window in the door. Yeah. So you will
that.
be able to see you, but you will have the door. Yeah.
Who's the most like that spray paint in there?
Yeah, right.
Probably not.
Probably me.
Or
Probably
like
me.
a cloth or something.
Rather than taking up space on the intercar space,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna climb the ladder.
Okay. So yeah, you just kind of
Scamper up the ladder.
scamper on up there. Okay, cool. So you like turned and you're kind of and you. So what are you? Are you trying to enter into the space anyway?
Are we saying that my attempt failed officially?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Gotcha.
you mean to open the door?
Yeah.
Yes, that.
Okay,
did fail.
cool.
Yeah, you weren't.
We were in the middle of it, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Some guy's coming now," and I was like,
Oh,
"Okay."
good. Yeah, no, that didn't work.
I didn't think so.
If he's gonna see us anyway, it's kind of useless. And if he's got any way to like communicate with, security or something, I want to be there to, crush his windpipe before
Sure. Yeah.
we
Brutal.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Really
So,
nasty.
I'm gonna stay in the supercar in
Okay.
front of the door.
All right.
Security guard.
Like a riot cop.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, almost
some
like a
man
riot
of riot.
cop. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
+2 for backstory.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Yeah. So.
But it can't be your job.
Well.
We got
It took so long to figure this out. Okay, so you scamper up the thing and you're
Okay.
able to get up on top pretty easily. You see
Yeah.
that there's a series, just like the rest of the cars, there are air vents, but these have also been sealed.
Okay.
And
Shoot him.
yeah, shoot them on open. So you are standing there, and the porter has like kind of gone through, and he knocks on some doors, and some people come out, and then right about the time that he's reaching you, the door that you two are now standing in front of
Into the next car.
into the next car,
Okay.
you hear something happening at the handle there. There's like a
Are there
lock
windows in the armored one here? Did
There-
they be out?
the window on the armored one is closed in a way that the windows on the other cars can't close.
Okay.
It's
Like
got
they-
something
it's
So like they got a
open.
shutter or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like a shot. Okay.
And so like that that door opens, it slides to the side, and there is an absolute mountain of a man standing there.
Oh, thank God!
yeah.
I made the
I've
wrong
been trying
choice.
to get this thing open for 5 minutes. They told me it would be like a simple thing.
He's looking down at you.
And would you believe they tell me that he's the best one around? I'm supposed to learn from this guy on the job, and he's sending us out here. We're gonna fall off the train, can't get the dang door open. What'd y'all need anyway? Was it the lights? He said it was the lights.
Throw a light out.
So,
Let's make some rolls.
you're this close. You're this close. What did I tell you? So, So he's looking down at you, and he's got his arms folded, and there's nothing about this guy that is not screaming hired gun.
Go ahead.
Like he's got like on his chest. There's this like 3-dot insignia metal that you recognize as being part of Blinn Security, which is a branch of the Blinn Collective, and well,
Not great.
they hire pretty much any brute they can find. He wears like these camo pants, and he's got these big old chunky boots and bulldog haircut. He's got like this scarred, self-assured face that, like, all of it hints at like a history of violence for cash.
Is his hair in space buns?
It is not.
Inferior.
They
It's
don't
in the-
understand the
Did he have a-
importance.
It's like
A single, not
single.
it's like a single.
To be
Like a top, top knot.
Two jelly.
He hasn't got his second button yet. That means you're the greater enforcer.
So he's glaring down at you, and he says, "Lights are fine. We also didn't call for anyone."
At this point, I would like
And I
to,
start looking through my list.
on the top, as quietly as I can, load a sleep dart into my
Ooh.
Okay, so you can get away with that
because I'm in a
almost-
car on the
Yeah, like there's
Green
you're on the like they're I'm toning down my voice for effect, but like they're half yelling at each other.
Yeah.
There's like
Because
wind
it's
whipping.
wind, yeah.
Yeah, so it's fine. All right. So meanwhile, in the car that you're in, the porter has come up, and he's like, "Oh, ticket, please."
No. Mechanic business. We're fixing the walkway.
Mechanic business.
I'm standing here so no one goes out and falls off while they're doing the repairs.
You're not one of our mechanics.
Who says?
I
And
know
I-
all of our
I
mechanics.
crack my knuckles menacingly.
Okay, so make an intimidation.
Because they're robotic,
It's-
it's like too loud, you know?
Click into place and charge up. Like,
Okay, so that's -1. I'm gonna add built like a tank. So we're at 0. Can I add talk with my fists?
Oh, absolutely.
oh, that's perfect.
the whole point of this.
Yep.
That's literally all of them.
Can I add my combat training?
It's okay.
Okay. Let's see. Can I add my robot knuckles?
Sure.
Click, click.
Yeah.
Alright, so 10.
All right, so you do this, and he like is pretty apparently intimidated. He kind of backs away, but he is not intimidated on the level where he does not start leaning into his lapel.
Okay.
And he pushes a button.
No, he doesn't, because
Okay.
I crushed his windpipe.
All right. So, at one point, a friend of mine was playing a one-shot with me, and he had packed some stimulants as his special item. And when I asked him why, and he's like, "Because in every one-shot, there's always a moment where things just go off." And I'm like, "Oh, you're absolutely right. That's how that works." And so,
Yep.
Very wise.
Yeah,
A
it's like-
very wise man once said.
yeah, no, he
Pack some stimulants.
Yeah, pack some stimulants. You need them. So okay,
Write
we
that
have
down.
two things evolving here. So you make for me a check to crush this poor man's windpipe. Are you doing this with like a rabbit punch, or are you trying to like grab him? Or
I'm punching.
okay,
That's what I do.
all right, going
Face,
for a
neck,
big old
whatever.
nasty.
No matter where it connects, he's probably going to have trouble getting the words out.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. So meanwhile, you're leafing through your thing like crazy, and you're like, "Oh no! Like, you're looking through your list?"
I was like, "What's your name?"
Are you visible to us? Because we're further and looking up,
Captain
like,
Crane. What's
If I'm intending to peek.
Jimmy!
over-
so I can probably see
Jimmy
that you're getting
Green.
ready to do something.
Blastroid.
as I
Jimmy-
begin to approach. Yeah.
Blastroid.
That is my name. It's unfortunate, but it is what I grew up as.
He leans over into like he actually holds up his hand, and you see a holographic display like appear over his bare hand, and he leans into it like it's a phone, and
You go or I'm going.
So is this like immediately there's another person there?
no, it's like a series of like panels and buttons, like it's a UI comes
Okay.
up over his hand.
Am I in position fast enough to prevent him from hitting that button
Um,
with the sleep dart.
You had it like aimed and ready, right?
I loaded it in. My intent was to peek over the side
Sure.
and be ready to fire if necessary.
yeah.
It's necessary now.
I just don't know how fast I got there.
Yeah.
You know,
So I would
That's
say
what
that you are in position. You can definitely pull that trigger. I would say that anything that is like powerful enough to knock a man out is not powerful enough to knock them out so fast that their finger cannot fall to the
Fair.
palm of their hand.
fair.
I have a shotgun that I was about to use, if that's the other option.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try.
I think I will
something.
hesitate. Just to say, I will hesitate and allow him to make a call personally, but you guys can react fast.
So my reaction here is seeing that thing go up, and we're all armed, and he's doing his thing, is to just reach up and grab his hand and put the other one, you know, it's like, this is pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Stop, and the other one just like on his shoulder, like, friend, let's talk about this for just a minute here. I'm sure we can work out what's the problem that's really going on.
This is what I should.
Yeah, let me, okay, Elliot, so for this, let's, got, quick as a prairie dog.
Oh, that's your.
Nice.
It's okay. Cool.
That's a thing that,
Okay.
saying quick, good enough, quick as a
Space dog.
yeah, space dog. So there's that. And I've got quick draw.
Okay.
Grabbing it real quick, maybe, and take that.
Is that a what is that? Is that a skill or an ability?
It's an ability.
An ability. What you trained was pulling your sidearm and shooting
Yeah.
somebody. So no, Yeah.
Not even half.
no.
We're going real quick with
No,
your hand like
no,
that. It's
no.
pretty similar. All right, and the other one I've got firm grip. Trying to
Okay,
take
sure.
firm grip.
Firm grip as a thing.
He built his character for this moment.
Yes.
I give it to him.
Like he's shaking a lot of hands. That's a firm grip.
That's did you use that to get on the
Yeah.
train too? Oh, nice.
I did.
It's coming in hot. That firm grip.
Firm grip.
Uh,
Okay, so that's what did I say? That's one. Elliot hates me, so no quick draw.
Nah.
3. I don't think Sliprat applies. Okay. +6.
+6. So
Hey.
all right, so you get your hands up there, and you like kind of hold him. You like get your hand up onto his wrist, and you like put your hand on his shoulder, and like his eyes like go wide, and he looks down at you, and you notice for the first time that that like one of his pupils is like not a human pupil, like one of his eyes is some like is his robot eye, and he like glares down at you. And he says the first words, like the first bit of excuse, and then
okay, so I'm gonna add
Yes.
pinpoint precision to place the dart right in the vitals.
yeah, right in those
Get him in
jugulars.
the and then the ranks of my dart
Yeah.
rifle, which are 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Y'all are making
4,
fun of the firm
7,
grip.
But hey, he's up.
total 12.
112. All right.
Yeah.
So you like come up and you're like, hey! And he's like, and so like you like his eyes widen. He says, "Excuse," and then you see the dart just like appear in his neck. And he's like,
I'm gonna take my rag that I always have
yeah,
hanging out and shove it in his mouth.
yeah.
All right. Push him into the train.
Sleep.
Get it.
Train.
I push him back into the. He's going in. I just
Off the train.
I mean, if you want to get him off the train, you can do it yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I was trying to like do it together as a bonding
You
moment.
don't think we're gonna need this guy?
see past him into the car
Maybe we could take this one.
anyone else watching what's happening.
Oh yeah, well I guess we just hold him and we just
I'm
keep
in there.
talking to him.
It's
Well,
up to
yeah,
you
well,
guys.
it's stupid. I think that's what we do. Is like we keep talking, like we make time like it's okay. Hold him up.
I was supposed to do the line.
Yeah, and you know, really, we were just
Please,
yeah,
just
it's the
give me a
light
second
and-
chance.
It's okay. Okay, well, we'll just stay here then, and you know,
It fades out, it fades in, you're still talking. It fades out, it fades in, you're still talking.
The best little captain in the whole world.
So all right.
we're like talking sideways together. You know?
Okay, but they aren't looking behind him. They've
Nope.
not stayed looking behind him.
Do what?
Jake wants to know what's going on in the car behind
Peek
you.
your head down.
Can I think?
Well, I think the best thing
Yeah,
is because we're making this look legitimate.
It's valid.
So,
I'm trying to hold up a sleeping man, so
all right. So, do you poke your head now?
Sure, I'll poke my head down.
All right. So you poke.
If
your
I
head.
must do it myself, I will do
Are
it.
you trying to sneak?
I just want to get an eye. Yeah,
Alright.
so as little as possible.
Not his head.
Showing.
Figure that out.
Just his eye.
And okay, so what did you roll to? Yeah, rabbit.
So I rolled a 2.
I still put it
I'm-
back in.
Punch him in the
Great
face.
cyberpunk move.
I'm adding talk with my fists. I'm adding my combat training. I'm adding built like a tank.
Yeah.
I'm adding my robot knuckles, and I'm gonna add Scrappy Street Kid.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So total 17.
17. All right. So you like
Stacked, yo.
you come up to him and you like. Okay, so I'm gonna let you decide how you do this. This
Yeah.
guy is a mouse-like
Right.
porter man, not in the way that some of our friends are, but he has a human
Watch
being.
it.
Is a little mousy, and he has less than no defenses.
Yep. Okay.
So how do you want to do this?
Does
I
he
want to do
explode?
it as efficiently and quickly, and like, I assume that there's maybe people watching. I step forward. With one hand, I take him by the back of the head,
Yeah.
and the other hand just comes up under the chin and
Yes.
pops him out.
Yeah, and so he the point here is to not only put him out of commission but make sure he doesn't say anything.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, you just come and he like.
And I keep holding him
Yeah.
so he doesn't fall too dramatically.
So do you put any of your electricity tasers into this?
Not
Okay.
for this.
So yeah, so he's just like got a bruised trachea
Yeah.
right now. So it's kind of like, and so he's coughing pretty bad, and you know that he's gonna be able to speak in a few moments,
Okay.
but he's gonna start coughing.
Can I open the door?
Which door? The door.
The
out of
door towards where my friends are.
Oh man, is this gonna? It's gonna get grim.
Maybe.
Okay, all right. Yes, you can't open that door.
Yeet!
Oh,
Maybe.
okay. So you open the door. You
The
kind
best
of
is happy Disney-like. And
Yeah.
That's why I played a badger person.
and you like. So okay, just to be clear, because of the number of bodies on the intermediate space here, you will have to like, if you're gonna get him past yourself, you're gonna have to like grab onto something and like lead to like get him past you off the thing.
Okay, can I
yeah,
like turn us so that he's in front of me and then just like boot him out the doorway
Yes,
so that he
yeah,
goes off
you
the
can do
side?
that, yeah.
And then quickly follow him out, shut the door behind me. I'm out here watching you guys just give a little bedtime story to a man sleeping upright.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all
So
right. So you're able to.
The watch was a little bit.
So yeah, you turn, and I'm not gonna make you roll for this because you're built like a mountain, and this man is
Okay.
a little wisp of a man who never did anything to hurt anyone,
Nope.
and so
And
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 never
he just
really
got yoked off the car. So
You did only sustain 2 damage falling, but it survived.
Yeah, he gets
Hey, while we're holding sleeping man,
yeah,
really, he's not. I mean, he's sleeping, right? Or he's on his way.
yeah.
Can we check out this cool device and any other maybe
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah,
things
yeah,
in his
yeah.
pockets? Maybe handguns. Maybe cool.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Loot the hell up.
Yeah, so you turn him. I forgot that he's still conscious. I thought he was sleeping for some reason. But you just popped him in the trachea, and so
Yeah.
he's like kind of like coughing and trying to not get thrown off this car. You do have to roll for it,
Okay.
but not by a lot.
He won't be difficult to beat.
You will not.
Yeah.
You will. This will be.
You can always hit him again if they
Yeah.
Sure. -3. I'm gonna add Scrappy Street Kid.
Yeah.
So that's up to -1. I'm gonna add Built Like a Tank.
Yeah.
So 0. Combat training.
Yep.
So 3. Crowd control.
Yeah.
So 5.
Yeah.
I said I was kicking him, so my knuckles probably don't apply.
You're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You're good. Yeah. So yeah, you're able to like.
DC was -5.
Yeah,
So
he's like kind of like moving and trying to not let this happen, but you just like turn him and then so you get the Wilhelm scream.
No,
It's
we don't
like,
because
okay.
yeah. There we go.
yeah.
So he goes. He goes tumbling off the side. A poor little.
Does he go under the train?
I do not aim him to go under the trailer, but you know.
If I roll a 1,
I'm gonna make it play an answer.
you didn't.
Not or yeah.
If the universe decides that he deserves it, then it'll happen.
It'll happen.
Or Porter Charleston. All right, so
What's the name?
you gotta make. It's not my fault.
You didn't have to
Yes,
say
it's no one else's fault.
So, all right. Yeah, his name was Porter.
Yeah. He was
Alright.
born to do this.
So, all right. So you are trying to vote. Why'd you roll?
Oh. 0. And I'm adding
Wow.
0.
Oh, so
for
0.
stealth.
Yeah.
I'm not. I have.
You're small.
I'm small. DC. I don't think I really have anything to do with stealth, but I do have like brain stuff for seeing what I see.
For brain making.
So like I probably just poke my whole head
Yeah.
out under the door.
All right. So what is most likely occurs?
Looks like an evil.
So
It's the
you
suspension system.
look down, and what you see is as your eyes adjust to the dim in there because it's not super bright.
Sure.
You're looking through, and you see like so many guards.
Sweet. Lots
Like,
of guns.
This thing is stacked to the brim. There's like maybe 24 armed soldiers.
Oh!
And they're like all
Right.
wearing armor, and they're all carrying rifles and standing near the front of it, looking at you. Is a black woman who is wearing military fatigues that are a few versions out of date, but are like show no wear and tear at all. And she is like standing up straighter than you've ever seen a person stand. And she's looking at you in a way that just makes you feel so vulnerable and so small.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what you see.
Sure.
All right.
I poke my snout in there, and I see that.
Maybe more guards in the next one. But this one doesn't have an eye.
Well, but, I mean, the only way to get to that car is through this one, so this might just be where all the guards are.
Up and over.
Y'all go up and over.
Up and over.
I have my riot shield. I can distract them.
I believe Cornelius lets
Go
out
over and then you hold
a
the-
squeak,
They know we're here.
and then just nopes back up onto the top of the train.
Okay, so the woman comes striding forward. You see her come, like, start to move forward. She's yelling, "Captain! Captain!"
I run forward
And-
with my riot shield.
So you can't run
I walk forward.
because
with
there's
my-
just like 3 people on this tiny little thing, and you are built, quote, like a tank.
Yep.
So you just can't move very well, and you've got another man mountain standing. There's so many people on this tiny little space, and so
Whenever we're done looting him, we'll drop him.
Maybe drop him now.
Looting.
Looting! Looting!
can't loot him now.
No,
All right, so
I grabbed the thing in his hand.
all right, so
I don't think it's
There's
like
nothing
take
in-
stuff from Richmond.
there's a holographic display that appeared over his hand. It appears to be some sort of subdermal something.
So it's in his hand.
Yeah, it's in his hand.
Can we cut his hand off?
My God.
How fast can we have a hatchet?
Just hold it up against the wall.
Okay, whatever you want to do, man.
I don't know if I want to do that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, like, is it something your character would do?
I don't think so.
Yes, I didn't think so.
I don't
So
think
that
he's
would,
that.
that would definitely wake him right up.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
from
I
the
am
sleep
gonna.
drug.
I am going to. I think we're just gonna go. Oh no,
Wait,
Captain!
pockets?
There you go.
Pockets?
No, not pocket. You could go pockets.
Yeah, you do hand, I'll do pockets.
You have so much to live for, Captain. No. He falls off the edge.
Make the most giant deception check of gaming.
So you are able to. So you start to like you want to pat him down. Right?
Yeah.
So okay,
Okay.
make a quick looting check for me on that. One.
Fastest hands
I
of the
feel like
prairie dog.
Slum Rat
Yeah,
comes in
uh-huh.
pretty heavy. It almost just doubles itself. It's so applicable, you know?
Space meerkat.
No, I don't. But
Slum Rat, I mean, quick.
yeah,
Gotta do it quick.
Yeah.
That's 3. And I guess I'm not really talking to him anymore. I can't help. I don't know about that firm grip.
Slum rat? Quick as a prairie dog. Did you grow up among our
Oh,
boys?
God.
Is it,
No!
Oh,
No!
It's purple negative.
Yeah. So that's like -7 to -4. I'll find anything.
Is this
Yeah,
a deception
okay.
check or to
No,
get him
this is I'm
inside?
pickpocketing.
So you're able to like pat him down, and you notice like, oh, there's a sidearm here, but it's buckled into his belt, and like there's like he has like a utility belt on. And you like,
Oh no, that's not his gun.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, man, that is big.
Jimmy, help me get his belt off. Jimmy, help me with his belt. Come on.
Are you saying this while this woman's just staring at it?
So the woman has come striding up, and she's saying, "Captain, Captain," and she is reaching out for his shoulder.
Can we please throw him off the side?
Yes.
Please. God, please.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
What? What now?
Oh, Captain! No, wait, Captain!
That's what I'm. That's what you did. You made deceptor.
Big deception.
She won't know what happened.
Let's go.
Big deception check. You're trying to.
I think.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to try deception, go ahead.
It's
I
a skill,
think the
it's
ship
together.
has sailed.
Well, either way, it's happening.
Sure.
So
Okay. So
I'm gonna use my
This is a
tweaker.
limp man in your arms.
we've been holding him up right then. It's like, oh, Captain!
Do I get 2 for painkiller epic?
With his head just on the
Sure, I don't know where else I'm going to help you. So.
What did you take, tweaker?
Uh,
What did you take?
Like I'm like making it kind of like, oh no! Like it looks like he.
all right.
I'm making it look like, oh no.
Blue collar.
No,
Bar.
I mean,
Brawler.
no.
Talker.
that's why this is less of a deception and more of just a can you yeet him off the car?
Yeah, I mean,
There is no deception. Come on.
Okay, fine.
Because as soon as he goes off the
Who's gonna get to make this check before you open
You
your
can
mouth?
still make it. I'm just saying that like you should.
Because as soon as he goes off the side, I'm immediately replacing him with my giant riot shield,
That's
saying,
true.
"Come at me."
Sweet. Okay. So should I just go for all my strong stuff then?
Yeah, get him off the side.
Strong. Do I get either bar brawler or blue collar with this? No, or just
For eating him, yeah, you get blue collar.
Every shifting they just use no deception now.
bar brawler.
This is at the moment, so he can yeet and you can try and deceive if you want at the same time.
You can just like hoist him up onto your partner. You're like,
If you don't think you'll be helpful in the yeeting, then just try and play it off. It sounds amazing.
I'm gonna read my roll.
half of it because it's not like
Dang, all my stuff's 3, Elliot.
gotta get over that midway.
I
thing.
know.
I've learned to never have odds. With
Yeah,
That is actually really.
That's actually
that's
a
actually an interesting thing.
yeah, it's weird.
tip.
Strategery.
as I look at a sheet full.
3.
So. No, I got 5.
All right.
So I'll just roll as well. I guess if we're not doing
Eat him?
anything.
You can assist in the eating.
Yeah, I guess I'll just do that. So 1 there, 2 there. Does quick apply?
No.
That's 2 plus 2 plus 1.
Plus 1, so 6.
Yeah, unless you think swing rats usually eat people.
I would not say usual.
You gotta expose the body somehow, maybe.
Oh, I get to add 2 more for my blue collar. That's my background. Because the blue collar applies on this one, it would.
Yeah, it would. You actually took it as a skill too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, oh yeah, then yeah, absolutely. Okay, awesome. So yeah, you're able to like kind of hoist him and pull him and he's kind of like wobbling a little bit and you're able to get him off the train and you see him kind of like flumble, and he like comes like
cartwheel.
goes like cartwheeling over the side and the woman behind him yells even louder, "Captain!" And you at that moment see the other soldiers all start to like stand up and turn towards you.
I am the captain.
And you watch as the lieutenant, the woman, where do I have that?
Gets tased.
Maybe. So she
How many can we get quietly in?
so she goes for her sniper. So she's got a
Does she?
her. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. We touch. Oh, you're going for your quick draw.
So he's got his quick draw.
Yeah,
As soon as that happens,
Yeah.
Jenny is taking
Okay.
the spot where the captain was and
Okay.
plotting her field down.
So, in terms of combat, Ping, the lieutenant, is going to draw on them and fire on them. He's reacting, and if you're just wanting to act after all of that, you just take the action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like my thing in my
Yeah.
Western themed dealio.
Yeah.
So I want to try to. I see this is happening. I want to try to outdraw her, fan the hammer, and just try to take her out.
Okay.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
And then
So-
we can send the smart boys ahead on the rooftop to get to the
And we
next.
were allowed to, like, our theme music comes on and
Yeah.
we just go to town. It's like, okay. Oh, it's so good. Good job, John. Okay, so I'm gonna take. Would you take Slum Rat for getting in gunfights?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
didn't have a gun back then.
Yeah, like some rats get in fist fights.
hey,
Oh.
I'll ask. I'll take quick.
Yeah.
Yep, and then. Hang on, I need to actually notate this. My brain's falling apart here. So, quick. I'm gonna take. So I've got 2 ranks in talk smooth, followed by shoot smoother for 5. It's trademark.
Incredible.
So I'll take 5 or shoot smoother. Okay, and then quick draw, and then my special equipment is this fancy magnetic holster with a palm implant that launches the gun into my hand.
Like,
The whole point of this thing can't be much farther away. Like it can work to get my weapon back from like me to you, like a quick little here.
little pull.
But its main purpose is just really quick draws.
Yeah.
So that's another 3.
Yeah.
And then do we put that's the draw? Do we put in fanning the hammer for and like shooting the gun itself? How does this work?
So so you get fan the hammer if what you're trying to do is squeeze off multiple rounds right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and then so gun itself. Okay. So to that, so that is 1, 6, 8. And we're starting at a plus 13.
Yeah.
There we go. Good one, bad one. Baby.
It's like a 23.
Let's
So she goes for her sidearm and she's like got it up, like she's pulled it out of the holster, and you can kind of read on her body language because you're a quick draw guy that like, oh no, she's not even necessarily gonna fire. She's like going more of like a military, like everyone on the ground thing, and you're like, I don't care.
You just walk up. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah,
So you're
Still vertical again. 5, 6 times.
I had to recoil up, you know.
also
Fire in the shape of a Z.
sorrow. So
For copyright reasons, in the shape of a Y.
yeah,
Right.
You know, and I'm going to argue for managing recoil. In a
yeah.
fast firing scenario, a strong grip would be pretty helpful. It's actually the most important thing in all
Yeah,
of recoil
kind of.
management. It's the only thing
Well,
that matters.
okay.
It's added today.
Okay.
It's fine. Yeah,
And
that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just
So,
just have
all
to
right.
put-
So, yeah, give me some mods. Give me every mod that didn't have to do with fastness there.
that didn't
for
have to do with
damage.
fastness.
Yeah.
Okay. So, dead shot,
Yeah,
which I did not apply to
that's fine. Yeah, you can
shooting.
do that,
Okay. And then gun itself. Oh, and I mean shooting, just like shoot smooth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then stronger. Sure.
Everybody knows the harder you squeeze your gun, the more damage it does.
Yeah.
It makes your follow-up shots more accurate. That's what's
More bullets end up in the target.
exactly.
Good
That's
job.
how damage works with recoil. Yeah. So that's 12.
12. All right.
Yeah.
So, okay. So she has some stuff, but you absolutely do catch her in the chest several times.
Oh,
And
did I add? Hang on, I'm sorry, real quick.
hmm
I didn't add fan the hammer, which is kind of the whole point, is that we're shooting lots of rounds quickly.
Yeah. So you can add that too.
Okay, so 15.
15. All right. So you, and
Yeah.
so you like see several plumes of like smoke go up from her torso, and there's some like blood that like spatters and stuff, and so she like stumbles backwards, and immediately the entire car stands up, and there's just assault rifles just like
How many
coming out,
hits?
like just what?
How many hits?
24.
Okay.
In addition to her, or
Doable?
not including her?
23 now.
23 besides her. Yeah. So she stumbles
We
backwards.
are dead.
We did.
But okay, so
Is
I
she
need
dead
to.
though?
No, she's not dead.
Shot her in the head 6 times.
You should have shot her in the head 6 times. All right, so
A 23, 25.
Yeah,
shoot her in the head.
yeah, every time you described it, you were shooting at her torso.
I specifically described that we would ride the recoil, so that'd be 50% here and 50% in the head, and I did poke my head 3 times.
I did see you poke your head.
Yep. See,
I don't know if I was listening, but I did.
Okay, fine. Her jaw is disfigured for life.
Well,
Congrats.
take it.
She has taken significant damage. We'll put it that way. What?
And I'll just say loudly enough for them to hear, hopefully not loudly enough for the people in the car to hear, just go, up the ladder, please!
Up the ladder, please! 1, 2, 1, 2! And she's like, oh!
Started crawling up. I was like, holy crap. Like I was trying not to. Yeah.
So,
Not to do. You hear certain things, but you can't quite make out what they are.
yeah.
I'm making. I'm laughing. Stop going up.
Get up the ladder!
I didn't expect you to do that. I should have known you were going to do that.
All right. So the car is coming alive with activity. So you're coming
Yes.
forward with your action. You're just gonna like line up that shield with
Yes.
the door.
I would like to line my shield up with the door. Are there any gaps? Or, I mean, this is a big freaking shield.
Oh no, it's not. There are no gaps. Yeah, you can lock it. You
So
can
good.
block
Good
it.
save.
I
Yeah.
would like to also point out that there's a door.
What do you, yeah, that's true. But, like,
It's armored.
I'm distracting.
Armored door. Okay.
It's half distracting and
Okay.
half
Alright.
actual defense.
Whatever.
And also, I have a shield. Let me use it. It's
Use your shield. Whatever. Let me do you.
Turns out it's a pole on the inside.
Yeah. You can't close it from the outside.
That's why the field's there to make a new door that they can't pull.
Okay, I will say though, actually,
Yeah.
right before I put the shield down, the lady who got shot a bunch,
Yeah.
is she clearly like the leader?
She's a cat.
She was referring to the captain.
Right, but
referred
like
to
she
that,
is
yeah.
she like the next in the chain of command?
You would guess that she holds some sort of status.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need to taser and then drop the shield down.
So she has been knocked backwards into the car by the gunshots.
Okay.
If you want to go in the car, taser, and try to get back out, you're welcome to do that.
Okay. Could I maybe whoever's like the closest, because I imagine my taser's got a bit of range on it, as
Yeah,
tasers
sure, okay,
tend to do.
Yeah.
And I just want to buzz somebody and be like,
Okay. So yeah, there's like a couple of soldiers who are closer to you, and they're coming up, and they're like gonna try to box
Murder
you
us.
out. Yeah, just murder everybody.
Yeah,
And
murder.
so like one is trying to get into the door, and you just try
Yeah.
to like just haymaker him, just like land him. Somewhere.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If he's
He's close enough to hit. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
then yes, I would.
Especially with your like big old octopus.
Yeah,
arms.
no, I've got.
You're really long.
It really strangles over
No,
right?
it's
Big old-
it's clearly time for some diplomacy here,
Yeah.
and my right fist is diplomacy,
Mhm.
and my left fist is de-escalation.
Yeah.
So we've
yeah.
got the shield.
Oh my
I'm gonna punch him, tase him, and then crunch the shield down, and basically take up the whole doorway so
Yeah.
that my friends can get up on the roof.
Do it.
Okay.
Awesome.
It's Cornelius already got started.
I'm waiting.
Okay. So I rolled a 4. I'm adding 6 for talk with my fists. So 10. I'm adding 3 for combat training. So 13. 1 for built like a tank. So 14.
Get it?
3 for my robot knuckles. So 17. And then 2 for scrappy street kid, which I just add when I hit
Yeah.
things.
We can hit.
So what did I say? 14?
You're at 14.
Okay, so 16.
16. So
Think
16
that's-
total with the roll, or without the roll?
17.
Oh.
Plus 2 would be 19. That's what I remember here.
Oh, okay.
I rolled
Man.
a 4. Nope, I actually had the totals figured out ahead of
Our
time.
viewers sure will know.
So
Can go back.
I rolled a 4, so it's a total of 19.
19. Okay, cool. So, so this guy comes up and he's like,
And he's tased.
and he's got his gun and he's gonna try to like get up in your grill with his gun, and really this is not a reaction. He was just trying to surge forward, and so you just like catch him as he's coming up and just bots. And so just right in his jaw. All right, so you rolled a 19. You said total. All right, so you come up and you just haymaker him, and his head goes wide, and you see his limbs all seize, and give me damage on that. He takes a stats effect for.
Okay, so that's just based on the modifiers that I'm adding.
Yeah,
damage?
anything that is not like to land. So for you, it's probably going to be the same.
Yeah.
For him, it's different because he's ranged combat.
Okay.
But
so 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and after that, mechanically, with what I want to do with my shield,
mhm.
I have an ability called Hold the Line, which
Mhm.
I have a bunch of ranks in, which is for the purposes of defending.
Yeah.
With the riot shield.
Yeah.
Would that be better, activated as a reaction once they start shooting at me, to act as damage reduction, or should I do it right now?
If you do it right now, mechanically, the only thing to overcome is that you're doing two things in the span of one action. So it'd probably shake out to be about the same.
Okay.
If you set up in this doorway, you're just there until something happens that makes you not in this doorway. So it's fine.
Okay,
If,
so I'll
reaction doesn't get you.
A reaction doesn't get me anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
so this
so
would
I'm
just
at
be DR if somebody tries to shoot me, basically.
I did, yeah. Yeah, I imagine that is how it would work, but I don't actually know for certain how such a thing would work, but yeah.
About the action economy of 4 versus 24.
We're gonna be fine.
Yeah, gonna get
Everything's fine.
get some landslide going.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm on the roof, and all I'm saying is I took 2 damage earlier for falling off. That's not too bad. So if we need to bail,
You're the party's tank now.
oh, good.
This one's staying here.
Yeah.
All right, so
Wow. What if we did that? We get out, we finish the mission, and you just have to bring a new character.
We've
to
got the
mess.
comms. I know when to jump off.
Hey,
yeah, you can just jump off and land on the
Land
ship.
on the shield! I'm going to surfing. Oh, don't make me dance anymore. I love it.
All right, so that
So
we'll
should I
all-
do that now?
yes, please do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And should I roll? I have 5 ranks in Hold the Line and all sorts of other shield related stuff that I could add.
Yeah, roll for it, but yeah, you're gonna be fine. I get 5.
So we're starting at 0. But I've got souped up rat shield, so that adds 3.
Yeah.
I have tactical armor, which is damage reduction. I don't know if that's something I would add.
No, you're just posting up right now.
Oh, okay.
So like combat training.
Combat training. This is classic crowd control.
Yeah.
This is
Yep.
riot.
No,
cop,
absolutely.
bread
Yeah.
butter,
Yeah.
And then built like a tank, of course.
Yep. Yeah.
So we went from -5 to 9.
9. Yeah, you're good. You like. Yeah, this is
She
what
has one job.
she does. She is a big
Line.
that you use for things.
I am in line.
We play with some of them.
They're really useful, turns out. Just movable walls. They pay.
May
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
load in a juice dart and shoot it into her simply buttocks?
Yes. It's like a sexy piece of drywall.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna attempt to aim at her the best place to put a juice dart. Oh, that's a 12 and 11. So +1, but in addition, pinpoint precision right in the Bible.
Yep. Love.
So 6, 7
Plus,
plus dart rifle.
Yeah.
So 10.
10. Yes. So you see all this stuff going on. You see the captain go off of the side of the thing, and you're like, man, we're gonna
Time for the
it's just time to like. And you just like load up, and you're just waiting for the right person to shoot. You didn't even know which one it was gonna be, but you're like,
That'll
I haven't
work.
figured out a lot of things, but man, this is one of them. so you like lean over, and the moment you see her pull back and like wedge your shield in the way, you're like, oh, that's the maneuver we're
Yeah.
doing. You just pop, like,
Correct.
so like,
Do it.
and so you get juiced for 3, which just goes on all of your rolls.
okay.
It's just like you just get damn.
Nice.
Thanks, boss.
Yeah, your eyes like you feel your pupils dilate, and
Yeah.
you like it's just like the nice wash of like
Time sits down a little bit.
everything.
Yeah.
everything's gonna be fine in that way where you totally know it's not true.
I'm
But yeah, it's gonna be fine. All right. So, meanwhile, what do you
Jimmy
do?
is very jealous and just a little angry right now with Cornelius
Oh, why?
because he wasn't juiced.
No, you want So, what are you guys doing?
Up
Up
and
and over.
away.
Yep.
All right, so you guys you're going up. You're like climbing up the thing. Is Jimmy also going up the ladder?
Yeah, he was going up
Yeah.
earlier.
Okay.
He was kind of being like, "What the heck did? What's your character's name?"
Oh, for shame, you didn't write down your fellow players' characters.
Sam-
Samson.
Samson.
Stamp.
It's like I'm not gonna help him. He literally covers it. I didn't do that.
So you guys get up on top.
Yep.
And I imagine you're just dead sprinting for the other side.
Yep.
Everybody is. You're just leaving
Yep.
Woman Mountain here.
Fast-ish. Got to reload on the way.
Yeah.
I briefly say, perhaps we could dismantle this. Okay.
So, all right,
We could unhook the next step.
and leave her on
Pull a thing and throw a rope.
Are we trying to get in the passenger?
So the passenger car has a whole bunch of guards in it. The next car after that is
Is
the
money.
one with
We
the
need.
target in it.
So we could have skipped this one at the
Yes.
very beginning.
Yes.
Oh.
But yeah.
So,
I'm good at this.
I have incredible ideas. No one has as good of ideas as I do.
so you guys are sitting, and you are holding the line,
I am.
and it is at that moment that all of the soldiers inside open fire.
Woohoo!
Right? So they not only open fire downrange at you, but they also hear the footsteps going up top. There's like
Very windy.
yeah, but they're inside.
Okay.
Like, walking on top of it. And so like start shooting up through the ceiling, and we will have to see how that pans out next time. Blue Sky Backwater. So
Woo!
hey,
We're all gonna die.
we're all gonna. It's not gonna be good.